Mihoyo knows exactly what they're doing. They didn't just throw Escoffier into version 5.6 and Skirk into 5.7 by accident. No, they planned this from the start. Now, we can't say for sure, but Escoffier might just be Skirk's perfect support. And if that turns out to be true, skipping her could be a huge mistake. We don't know every little detail yet, but based on what we've seen so far, everything about her kit feels perfectly tailored for Skirk. But before we continue, if you want to save up to 27% on the current banners, visit ldshop.gg, a reliable top-up site for games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. With LD Shop, you can save up to 27% compared to in-game prices. Plus, first-time Genesis Crystal purchases will still receive double the amount through the official Genshin top-up system. With over 20,000 positive reviews, LD Shop is a trusted choice, and I can personally recommend it since I've used it multiple times myself. Let's try it by purchasing a Welkin right now. I'll select my server, enter my UID, and just like that, the Welkin was in my account in under a minute. New users receive 10% and 5% off coupons. Combined with the 17% discount on the 6,480 pack, you can save nearly 27% on your first purchase. Plus, if you register using my link in the description, you'll receive an additional 5% off coupon. When you spend $80 in a month, you'll unlock VIP status, which gives you a free Welkin Moon, exclusive weekly coupons, and even more monthly coupons. At first, Escoffier might seem like just another cryo support character, but let's be real. Mihoyo doesn't just randomly release characters. Escoffier's cryo resistance shred, consistent cryo application, healing, and energy generation all seem like they were designed with a cryo DPS in mind. And guess what? Skirk is confirmed to be a cryo DPS. See where I'm going with this? The biggest reason to consider pulling for Escoffier is her cryo resistance shred. She can reduce the enemy's resistance by up to 55% if your team is focused on cryo and hydro characters. That's huge. If Skirk relies on cryo for her main damage, that single mechanic could drastically increase her damage. Mihoyo doesn't just throw these kinds of buffs around, they know what they're doing. Then there's Escoffier's skill, Cooking Mech, Cold Storage Mode. This thing automatically fires cryo projectiles, keeping enemies frozen and making sure cryo applications are constantly active. This is a big deal for Skirk, who will need consistent cryo uptime to maximize her damage potential. Plus, Escoffier generates cryo energy, which could help Skirk spam her burst more often, leading to more damage, less downtime, and just an overall smoother experience. And, of course, we can't ignore healing. If Skirk is an on-field DPS, she'll need a way to stay alive without constantly switching characters. That's where Escoffier's burst comes in. It heals over time after using her burst, ensuring Skirk can stay in the fight without missing a beat. A self-sustaining DPS is always stronger, and this kind of healing could be a game changer. Now, if you manage to get C1, Escoffier could boost cryo crit damage by 60% after using her elemental skill or burst. That's a massive boost that would make Skirk even more devastating. But if you don't stop there, at C2, Escoffier might grant 240% extra damage based on her attack to any cryo teammates. So, yeah, Skirk is definitely going to benefit from that. And don't forget the bigger picture. Escoffier fits perfectly into a team with Skirk, Furina, and Kazuha. Furina brings hydro application and healing, while Kazuha amplifies cryo damage with his swirl mechanic. If Skirk is as strong as we expect, this team could easily become one of the best freeze comps in the game. Of course, we can't know everything for sure until Skirk is released, and maybe Escoffier will just be a solid support for any cryo team. But one thing is clear, Mihoyo doesn't release characters like this by accident. Escoffier might be the piece that makes Skirk incredibly broken, and if you skip her, you could be missing out on one of the best team synergies we've ever seen. Don't let her banner pass you by. It could be a decision you regret later. So what do you think? Are you going to pull for Escoffier? Let me know in the comments down. Oh, and do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to not miss out on any new updates. Until next time.